It's the second Democratic Party debate live from Detroit, Michigan. And now, here's Guillermo Marino, Jairus Jackson, and John Machico.
We are less than 1 hour away from the circus, part 2, on this stage in Detroit. Jairus Jackson joining me here for hour 3 of 6 hours of coverage. 7, actually. What am I talking about? My math is racist. Remember, that's my math is racist. That. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Cory Booker, Inslee, Yang, Tulsi Gabbard, de Blasio, Bennett, Gillibrand, or Castro, all going to be on the stage tonight, and we're going to see. Is race going to play a big issue? I'm telling you it is. Are they going to go after Joe Biden? Probably not. Is Kamala Harris going to get cornered? Probably is. These are, by the way, my rapid fire predictions.
Well, the thing is your prediction last night that it was going to be all about race, and that kind of fell flat on its face. But
that was a damn good prediction, though. Come on.
No, you were foreshadowing, I think, tonight's debate. Your prediction was just showed up 24 hours too early.
A little too early, yeah. Well, CNN, as we said, had their own agenda, and we'll have to see if CNN has their own agenda again. Look, the overarching theme here, folks, is a couple things. Number one, CNN is dictating what the heck is going to happen. Obviously, they're moderators, but they're really dictating the conversation.
They're picking winners and losers.
Thank you. Picking winners and losers. And the second thing is, they've all been briefed on some polls that say, look, don't say this, don't sound like a crazy freaking socialist.
We had our mentions, things that were not mentioned in yesterday's debate. Mueller, abortion. Two biggest things this party is always flap and hating Jews.
There you go. Yeah, that's very Israel.
Yes.
Yeah.
The three things this party is always flapping off about. They got a primetime spot on the dying network. You got to mention that. And then no mention of Mueller, no mention of abortion, no mention nothing.
Could you imagine how hard it is for them to not mention Mueller? You know how many talking points for them just went out the window? Yeah. Like, dang it, we're going to have to redo our entire strategy.
There were so many campaigns that were like, back to the drawing board. Yeah, erase everything, because that's all they had.
Exactly. No, for sure. And on the stage tonight, I wonder if they're going to focus tonight on healthcare as much as they spent like 35 minutes on it. It was boring.
That was really what led to it being somewhat boring yesterday. Like over the span of 2 commercial stop sets, they were just healthcare.
That's all they cared about, Jairus.
Yeah.
That's all they cared about.
And no one, do you think that tonight, because we saw it yesterday, which I was actually shocked to see it. You think socialism is going to be under attack tonight, or is it going to be that old school, it's about racism because we've got 2 black people in the old segregationists on the stage?
I think it's going to be about race tonight. Socialism was yesterday. And like I said, the only reason they did that was to really attack Bernie Sanders. I mean, they really...
Joe Biden, when he gets the nomination and he needs some of those crazy wacko college socialists, he's not on record beating the hell out of their dear leader, Bernie Sanders.
And that's your theory.
I'm right. That's what it is.
Kamala Harris, who obviously shot up on the polls after debate night 1, she's going to be on stage tonight, and whether she's going to be able to keep that momentum, she actually doesn't have a great record on answering a straightforward question on healthcare.
She's been flip-flopping quite a bit, and can't we just say, this is not a conservative and a moderate conservative. Country club. This is not a conservative and a conservative saying this. This is the less favorite leprechaun. Chuck Todd on the Less Favorite Network, MSNBC. They have a montage. This is how bad she is. They are able to put together a montage of her flip-flopping, like her middle name was Mitt Romney, flip-flopping on the issue of healthcare.
It's healthcare. We've put together the mash that you can now do with Kamala Harris on the issue of private insurance and healthcare. Here it is.
Who of us has not had that situation where you got to wait for approval and the doctor says, well, I don't know if your insurance company is going to cover this? Let's eliminate all of that. Let's move on.
I support Medicare for all, but I really do need to clear up what happened on that stage. Okay. It was in the context of saying, let's get rid of all the bureaucracy. Let's get all of the ways.
Oh, not the insurance companies.
No, that's not what I meant.
Who here would abolish their private health insurance in favor of a government-run plan?
Yeah. She raised her hand.
Once and for all, do you believe that private insurance should be eliminated in this country?
No.
You don't?
No, I do not.
But you raised your hand last night.
But the question was, would you give up your private insurance?
All right. Donna Edwards, you heard.
All right.
Yeah, because totally, if you're wanting to be president of the United States, they're going to ask you questions about your personal health care. That makes perfect sense, Campbell, too.
Yeah, so. Exactly. So is she going to get cornered tonight? Is she going to get cornered? And is she literally going to be, I think this question's coming her way, Jairus. They're going to ask Kamala Harris, do you think Joe Biden is racist? They're going to dig it up. They're going to dig it up. I guarantee they're going to get it. Either that or
I hope they do. I hope I'm dead wrong, because you talk about CNN pitting people against each other. That's going to be the biggest pit of the whole 2 days. I hope they do, but I don't think they're going to allow Tapper to be that blunt with it.
Do you think they're going to be nice to Creepy Joe? Segregationist Joe?
Yeah, I mean, for crying out loud, yeah, I think so.
You think it'll be all right?
If they're in someone's pocket, it's going to be Joe Biden's pocket, because inadvertently Joe Biden, he's inside the pocket of the DNC. So if the DNC, Tom Perez is having meetings with CNN, underground breakfast meetings, as we like to call them around here, if that's going on, they're not having those meetings to propel a socialist. They're having those meetings to propel someone like Joe Biden.
And make no mistake about it, tonight it's all going to be about Biden and Harris going in. The other
round two, I mean, the other people might as well not even be there.
Well, the
media, it's just Harris and Biden back on the same stage. What's going to happen? Harris and Biden back on the same. There's a few other people to talk about. Now, granted, they're nobodies and they have zero chance, but there's other people on the stage to talk about. I don't know if you know this.
It's going to be that much harder to try to get anything, any type of room in this debate.
And the people on the other one, they're going to be even more desperate than the Tim Ryans of last night. They're going to be even more desperate than the John Hickenloopers of last night, because they know everyone is going to be focused on those two, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Well, really, what these candidates need to do is they need to have a Marianne Williamson kind of night.
No.
And Marianne Williamson, dude, she was the.
I mean, listen,
it
out
worked.
of 50 states, she was trending after the debate and during the debate in 49 out of 50 states. The only state she wasn't was Montana, because Stephen Bullock, he's the governor there.
So let's go to this was after the debate. All right, so you know this by now. Marianne Williamson is starting to pick up somewhat of steam. Trying to figure out why. So this was her after the debate, talking about that dark psychic force that she was talking about.
Trump's dark psychic force.
With love. Let me tell you something. Only light casts out darkness, and only love casts out hatred. He has collectivized hatred. You know, Jared Kushner said to his father-in-law before they ran, he said, there are a lot of angry people out there. We could harness all that and make you president. And when I read that, I thought to myself, there's so much dignity out there and decency and goodness in people. We could harness all that and change the world.
What's the best way to utilize the power of love, in your opinion?
Forgive somebody.
Again,
so is she going to forgive Trump?
Again, Guillermo, the edible queen, I'm already getting a little high. Again, shawty. I'm getting a little high just listening.
I'm going to tell you something, girlfriend. I'm going to call amnesia. I'm going to tell you, girlfriend. It's all about love. It's all about love.
Forgive somebody.
We're going to harness all that love deep down in people's hearts.
Forgive somebody. It's a good question. Is she going to forgive Trump?
Yeah, that's what she was just talking about, how you have to love it.
Marianne, I think it's only fitting that you go out and you start the next debate, if you make it, by saying you forgive Donald Trump and see how well your poll numbers do after that.
That is very true. Marianne Williamson, she also had this kind of creepy moment. You know, we've been joking about CNN not being able to do well in the ratings, right? Mm-hmm. There was this, did you catch this? I don't think you did, right? I'm the one that...
Let's see what this is.
So this is Marianne Williamson, and apparently there was a child reporter. All right, there was a child reporter. You know, all these networks, the kiddie networks now have kids doing the reporting. So either that or CNN is really trying to get their ratings up by doing
CNN's thing is if we take all the kids who would be watching SpongeBob and we put them out in the field to report, they can't watch SpongeBob. So then we'll catch up in the ratings. Anyway, go to this, and then we have to get to Michigan Lieutenant Governor who's speaking. So,
all right, so here we go. Here is Marianne Williamson answering a question of whether she has a pet from a child.
Earlier today.
Do you have a pet?
Do you have a pet? Do I have a pet? I had a cat and the cat died.
I knew it! Guillermo, I knew she was a creepy cat lady. I knew she had a cat.
Hey, do you have a cat? Yeah, I did, but it died.
First of all,
for a lady
aren't you supposed to lie to the kids?
Yeah, I would hope.
Break his heart like that. Do you have a cat? Yeah, but I died. It got ran over and its guts just splashed all over the concrete. Come on, Marianne, lie to the little seed.
He was the cutest thing, but let's go to this because everybody
he got ran over.
Everyone seems to be giving this guy a round. So here you have the Michigan Lieutenant Governor.
Who is this? A wannabe Obama?
They're giving him that response. Hey, there's Linda Sarsour.
All right, here we go. This is live inside the Fox Theater. Michigan Lieutenant Governor speaking ahead of the debate.
All right, we got a debate to get to. So to all of the political pundits who said that Michigan was a red state, we We proved them wrong in 2018, and we are going to prove them wrong again in 2020. You see, all across our nation, families are working harder than ever to make a better life for themselves and for their children. But some elected leaders are not working as hard as they are to make our country a home for opportunity for everyone. We have kids who graduate from high school with diplomas, yet they struggle to read. We have streets that are not safe for cars nor people, and water in the Great Lakes state that some people fear may not be safe to drink. And we have an economy that caters to the extremely wealthy, but leaves the rest of us to fend for ourselves. Why does this happen? I think it's because the people with the most power, more often than not, are making rules to govern experiences that they've never had. It is impossible to be a strong advocate for public schools when you merely view education as a money-making venture.
There's an attack on Betsy DeVos.
Anyhow, so
Michigan Lieutenant Governor.
This is the first time I've ever seen this guy.
Well, you'll see him again in 2028 when he's running for president.
I was just about to say they stood up. Listen, the Democrat Party wants an Obama so bad.
Now let's talk about what happened exactly. Basically, he's pushing back on the theory that because Michigan went to Trump and the Trump campaign is focusing on Michigan, his pushback was that Michigan is, don't worry, Michigan's not a red state. We proved him wrong in 2018 and we're going to prove him wrong again. And that's where part of that raucous applause came from.
Well, I like how he said roads aren't safe for people or cars. All right, buddy.
No, but in Democrat cities, you know what roads and cities and streets are safe for? Rodents.
Then drugs.
Rodents and drugs. And drug dealers.
Yep. Anyhow, so right now we are less than, 40 minutes away from
who's in the audience here, Mo?
Linda Sarsour.
Well, she's just a peace-loving individual. Why would you?
She's probably there on behalf of
Jews.
Rashida Tlaib. I'm sure her and Rashida Tlaib are sitting right next to each other. The very anti-Semitic group there. But he's on the debate stage right now. Michigan Lieutenant Governor speaking in the debate hall, whatever you want to call it. We are less than 41 minutes away from the circus starting again. I'm not looking forward to it. Dude, 3 hours. This is going to be
It's going to be rough. We're going to need some more caffeine to keep it honest with you.
3 hours? Or you're just joking with me?
No, it really is 3 hours.
3 hours.
It's scheduled to be 3 hours.
That's ridiculous.
5 to 8
ridiculous.
Out here in Pacific Standard Time.
That's outrageous.
And that's the reality, brother.
I'm not looking forward to it. 3 hours of hearing the Democrats go at it again. And
one more. Belinda saying that he got into Marianne Williamson's edibles. God, I love Belinda. She's great. It is true. Maybe he got into let's get back in line.
I don't want to hear this guy.
This is the future president of the United States. Show some respect.
We will not repeat the mistakes of yesterday. We will not take for granted the prospect of victory. We will rise to this challenge. We will mobilize, win, and lead with our hearts and our minds set on laying a foundation for our children's children to have, do, and be more than we could ever dream. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Michigan. And God bless the United States of America.
And the first Democrat candidate for the 2028 election season has been announced. Whoever this guy is, it'll be him. Don't worry. Well, you'll see him again. Don't worry.
How much do you want to bet tonight? They're going to be like, wow, rising star.
Absolutely.
Oh, he's the next Barack Obama.
Which they really want an Obama.
They do. They desperately need a Barack Obama. Yeah. All right, who's his next person?
We got another Service Employees International Union.
Oh, okay.
All right, so let's hear what she has to say. What does she mean by? What does that mean?
I don't know. Hotel service, like the service industry.
Same thing. We want a fair shot at a decent life. Good health for our loved ones.
I'm done. I know. I'm done.
Wait, no, Guillermo.
I can't. Jairus, I can't. I'm gonna listen.
Turn it back on.
I have 38 minutes of listening to my own sanity.
Guillermo, turn it back on, please. Thank you. We're covering this, buddy.
Those corporations are making it very hard to find a stable job that allows us to provide for our families. Too many people are scared that a cancer diagnosis or a broken transmission is going to wipe them out.
Yeah, it's cancer.
Too many people are having to work 2 and sometimes 3 jobs to get by. We cannot go on this way. We need to unrig the rules written by corporate CEOs and their favorite politicians to keep power out of the hands of working Americans.
I'm done.
No more?
No more.
Is that all you want to take of the Service Employees International Union?
Do you realize that their entire theory of why people aren't successful is because the government, corporations, white people, they don't get a fair shake. In this country, you don't have an opportunity to get an education. You don't have an opportunity to go into the ER and get seen. You don't have the opportunity to go to college.
Well, Gamer, let's also point out that according to all these individuals, I mean, because listen, they're doing all this, and we get it. They do this at the debate. You have advocates who come out and they talk all of this. But I hope you know that the economy is only so good because literally everyone has 5 jobs, Guillermo.
Yeah, no, and I like how AOC had said it 2 jobs. This lady says people have 3 jobs.
You want to know why?
3 jobs.
Because the economy has gotten better since AOC made that comment, so they have to get more jobs.
They have to get more jobs, yeah.
It's the only logical thing.
Yes,
it's the only logical thing, buddy.
My gosh. Anyhow.
Are you ready for 3 hours of this?
I'm not. I'm getting angry. I'm getting like Bernie right now. I'm mad.
I'm pissed. Royally pissed. What do you think Bernie's doing right now? What do you think as we head into the debate? What do you think he's doing?
I think he's probably live tweeting.
He's probably asleep. No, his staff is live tweeting. He's probably asleep. Let's be honest.
Oh my gosh, I'm not ready. I'm not mentally. I am not ready for this. You know what we need?
36 minutes away, buddy.
You know what we need?
What do we need?
We need some sanity. I think I'm gonna bring in some sanity here. And this guy's not fun to listen to, but
oh, that's a low blow.
He's not.
How could you say that about...
Listen, no, remind me after this. I do want to get to Pete Buttigieg and Christianity because it's important. But here's the vice president talking about what happened last night.
As we saw in last night's debate before the first hour was over, leading Democrats advocated a government takeover of health care, open borders, free health care to illegal immigrants, and raising taxes on the middle class to pay for it. And before the night was over, all the leading Democrats argued for decriminalizing illegal immigration, the Green New Deal, gun control, and abortion. But today...
Boo! I think that was probably after the first one because the Young Americans Foundation kind of ended. Come on, clip sender. You messed me up here. I just wanted to hear some I just wanted to hear some sanity.
Some people actually on our Facebook page are asking a question: is CNN going to hold Bill de Blasio's feet to the fire when it comes to the police?
No, because they know he's got no shot. So there's no reason to even talk to the guy. All right, Big Bird.
I would like to talk about, but shut up, Big Bird.
You got no chance. People even in your city hate you. Get a break.
Oh, but he knows Trump isn't going to be welcomed back after his presidency, though. He knows that much.
Hey, something I do want to talk about that I failed to mention after night 1. Do you realize now, in 2 debates in a row, Pete Buttigieg has come out and made it a point to talk about Christians. And last night he quoted scripture. This guy is hell-bent, and I don't want to call him anti-Christian, but what I think is wrong with people, well, not that it's wrong, but what I think is Pete Buttigieg's problem is growing up, him being gay, the church must have pissed him off somehow. So he is hell-bent on Christianity. And for 2 nights in a row, or for 2 debates in a row, he was adamant to talk about Christianity and conservative Christians. I think he did it for 2 reasons. This guy's vying for that VP spot. If he is vying for that VP spot as a gay male, who is he going to be going up against?
Who's a regular churchgoer, by the way.
Yeah, who's he going to be going up against?
We talked about, I mentioned this yesterday.
Mike Pence.
The Democrats would love nothing more than a Mike Pence, Pete Buttigieg debate.
From the same state?
Oh, they don't give a damn about that.
No, but I'm saying it's a matchup. But did you know Pete Buttigieg is really trying to start an issue with conservative Christians.
And the liberals have been, the DNC, they are trying to make more inroads with interfaith communities as well. So this is not something he's just randomly doing on his own. The DNC.
No, I think he's got a vendetta against Christian because I don't know what happened in this guy's life, but I think he's seriously mad about the fact that Christians probably gave him someone gave him a hard time for being gay along the way.
You think that's what it is?
I think it is. He's literally made it. He's literally made it twice now in a debate to attack Christians.
I think he's just trying to mobilize the small group of very liberal Christians that exist in this country.
Yeah. Anyhow, but you can get a church. You can find a church. I'm not even gonna go down that.
No, what were you gonna say? Say it.
You can pretty much find a church that'll tell you anything these days.
Yeah, they've got church. I mean, for crying out loud, Pete Buttigieg and his husband went to Jimmy Carter's church.
Did they really?
Yeah.
In Indiana?
No, I don't know where Jimmy Carter's church is.
I was like, that's not. That doesn't make no sense. All right, here we go.
But here's what I don't understand.
Go ahead.
Okay, you go. You can take it.
What's up with CNN and all these dang commercials about movies? Did you see the Hunt?
Because they're so poor. That's why.
Oh my gosh.
Thank God, they're so poor they keep playing those commercials. Anyway, when we come back, we're gonna get to. I'm just kidding. Kidding.
When we get back, Joe Biden on illegal health care. And let me tell you what, I think I like the old Joe better. Actually, the old Joe
could have ran in the Republican Party and been taking up that Marco Rubio moderate lane.
That's right. When we come back, we got some exclusive audio here on Joe Biden and his his old stance, old stance on illegal health care. We come back here on the new Talk Radio 1680 KGED. Man, Tulsi's spending the money, huh?
Yeah.
It's kind of stupid. You're going to be on the TV and on that network at the same time. Why the heck are you putting
on Fox? We're conservative.
Anyhow, all right, folks. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Let's go to some of your comments here. I'm 3 hours in, and I'm dreading. I'm just dreading having to hear 3 hours of this, dude. Ugh. There's not enough caffeine to get me through it. All right, folks, let's get some of your comments here. Thank you. It's on the CNN page live. Yeah, they are streaming it live, right? CNN. Another Obama. Wasn't the last round of failure enough?
We'll do ratings.
All right, ratings. De Blasio better defend the police. He can't even defend himself on the debate stage. This guy's got no...
Listen, he doesn't defend the police when he's at home. He's not going to do it around Karl Marx.
Yeah. Belinda here, a 3-hour tour. We all know how that ended. What channel is it on? Unfortunately, CNN.
It ain't on Fox.
Fox isn't carrying it.
I said it ain't on Fox.
Oh, okay. It ain't on Fox. Let's see here. Won't be watching live. Our president. A bunch of clowns. Yeah, please share. CNN has been popping up on everyone's news feed asking who's your favorite. Oh. Circus is about to start. Bring on the clowns. There's a commercial right now for Tulsi Gabbard. She's got a lot of commercial.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm Tulsi Gabbard. I'm running for president, and I approve this message because I love our country. It's why I decided to enlist after 9/11, why I serve in Congress, and why I'm offering to serve as your commander-in-chief to protect you, our Constitution, our freedom.
That was Tulsi Gabbard there. She's had, this is like the fifth commercial, the same commercial that I've seen for her. And she's talking about being a patriot. She's talking about her service. And I think Jairus was the one that said that polling wise, if conservatives had to choose, they would choose Tulsi Gabbard. Well, there's a bunch of clowns in there. Tulsi Gabbard she's not, I mean, she's obviously not conservative, but she ain't as wacky as them. Hey, did you see her girls' commercials?
Yeah, I saw them last night. She's been running them.
Dude, they're really patriotic. Would be a bad choice. Better looking than Mike Pence.
Continuous freak show coverage rolls on. And now, Guillermo Moreno, Jairus Jackson, and John Machico.
Step right up. Get your socialism.
Day of birth abortions. Day of birth abortions.
No plan B. No plan B.
Free college. Even for illegals.
We'll give you $1,000. That's my boy there, Andrew Yang. All right. The circus is about to...
No fossil fuels. Gonna fight the fossil fuel industry.
That'd be one horrible.
Green New Deal. We're gonna force down your throat the Green New Deal.
Oh, man. There's also a lot of news that doesn't have to deal with the debates. AOC had something come out. Cardi B.
Shut up.
The Cardi B.
Shut up.
Endorses Bernie Sanders. Your boy Bernie Sanders there.
We're already in the hood. We don't need to hear about the hood rats.
Right now, the Michigan Democrat Party chair is speaking.
Yeah, we heard her yesterday.
Yeah,
Stacey Abrams with the perm. We don't need to hear her
She's speaking again.
She's got cornrows, actually. She just looks a mess. All right, so let's talk about the ratings from last night.
Ratings?
Do you think Trump, when it comes to debates, do you think the president is, well, he was the candidate back then, but you think the president is still king of ratings?
Well, we found this out after the first set of debates was that they didn't beat the Republicans' first set of debates.
So now, conveniently enough, little anecdote, the second Republican debate also took place on CNN. So it's a pretty fair comparison as well, because the second Republican debate also happened on CNN. CNN's broadcast of the Democrat debate on Tuesday night attracted, Guillermo, can I get a drum roll, please, brother? 8.7 million viewers. 8.7 million viewers. You can also add on that the 2.8 million people who watched on CNN's digital live streaming service. Now,
that is low.
You already know it's low.
That is low.
Do you want the number of the second Republican debate on the exact same station? You know how high those numbers were?
How much?
Second GOP debate in 2015, which was also on CNN, garnered 24 million viewers.
Wow.
So, last night, there's a chance that our one debate night, they're not even going to be able to beat us with two nights
we did 3 times better.
Guillermo, they pulled down 8.7. And then you know what? Do you want to add the 2 in for them to make them feel good or no?
The 2 what?
The 2 that was on the streaming app. Or do you want to just do straight cable?
Yeah, just do straight cable.
All right, straight cable, 8.7 million. When we did it in 2015, 24 million. And when you look into it, the first 2 debates from Detroit were watched by 7 million fewer people. 7 million fewer people than those who watched the MSNBC, NBC Telemundo debate. So, I mean,
this is interesting because the American people just don't want to hear about it.
Already, the Democrat Party wants to do like 11 or 12 more of these. The country is losing interest.
Let's take Tom Perez. Tom Perez is at the stage right now on Detroit. On the stage in Detroit in the hood.
Anyone hear discussion about hand size last night? No. And by the way, this was the arena. This was the facility 4 years ago where they talked about hand size. I kid you not.
Well,
instead,
you would have had ratings.
We talked about the serious stuff. Talked about health care. Talked about good paying jobs. Talk about the issues that matter to working families. And we're going to have another spirited discussion tonight in this wonderful city. I love Detroit. When people call it the Rust Belt, I call it the Opportunity Belt. Detroit, Cleveland, Buffalo, Toledo, Milwaukee, Pittsburgh. Those are the Opportunity Belts. They're cities of hope, cities of accomplishment. In fact, we're just a few miles away from where Dr. King penned his famous I Have a Dream speech. He was at Solidarity House, headquarters of the United Auto Workers. And I'll tell you,
you guys don't want to make cars anymore. The
Detroit,
Green New Deal.
Good
point. Give me a break.
And I came here a lot because Mayor Duggan, we did a lot of stuff together, and thank you for your leadership. You know, I've read that speech 1,000 times. That speech embodies the hopes and aspirations of a nation. It was about the intersection of labor and civil rights, the challenges of the time, as Dr. King correctly said.
Who's a rapist?
Were jobs and justice.
Was a rapist.
Jobs and justice. The same challenges that we tackle today. Jobs and justice.
All right,
I've had the honor of tackling those challenges as your labor secretary and as the head of your civil rights division under Barack Obama. Am I the only one who misses Barack Obama in this room?
Oh no, we bet you do.
Because we got no candidates.
His wife.
Who I begged to run for president.
Yeah, Melania is 1,000 times hotter.
I didn't start at the Labor Department. I started out like so many people in this country.
From the bottom, now you're here?
The child of immigrants. My family came here.
I'm done with that too.
Oh, are you done with that too? All right, so that's what we were talking about. The Democrat debate last night on cable alone pulled in 8.7 million viewers. And hold on, and the GOP debate.
No, I want to talk.
Back in 2015.
I'm not going to be like the candidates. I'm butting in.
Calm down.
I'm butting in.
Calm down, all right? Calm down. You've had too much caffeine.
I haven't had enough.
Okay, calm down.
And not enough.
We gotta tranquilize it in you, like the cops when someone passes out or overdoses. You gotta stab it in.
All right, anyhow. So listen here.
I don't think we should be doing that. If you
listen. This is perfect time. This is a perfect segue because we were just talking about how their debates didn't beat our debates. And then he goes on and say, hey, we didn't talk about little hands. We didn't need to. Well, buddy, it looks like you should have because you guys had about 16 million less people watching.
Cameron, we had 24 million on the same channel.
In the same spot.
On the same channel, in the same arena, in the same city.
Same network.
And we got 24 million, and they couldn't even muster up 10 million. And look at the drop.
Wow.
They attracted, just look at this drop. They attracted the first debate from Miami. They attracted 15 million people. Last night, it's 7. The country is quick. I mean, people hear that there's a debate. What are they going to do in September? What are they going to do in September?
I know why. I have an excuse for CNN.
Why are we?
Cables are racist. Cable is racist. Cable is racist. Only rich people can afford cable. The reason why...
Is that why you're on local station 32.3? Because you don't want to go on that racist channel?
I want to be accessible for the people.
Okay.
You want to be clear? Let me be clear. I was on the local channels.
They just mentioned you, Mr. President. Barack.
Yeah.
They just mentioned you.
Yeah. Don't we miss Barack? I even miss his wife, who I begged about 1 million times to run.
Her along with Oprah.
Her and anybody else.
He probably wants to say, I asked people, it would have been so much better than these clowns.
I asked you, and you know I did, and you said no. All right, here's Tom Perez, DNC chair, on the stage still.
Every single candidate on the stage tonight and last night wants to get important things done for the American people. They want to move the ball forward. They are part of the accomplishments wing of this Democratic Party. And one of the leaders of that accomplishments wing is our proud Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi. And thank you to our House members who are here tonight.
I wish the camera would have panned to Linda Saussure.
Under her leadership, the House has passed bills to raise the minimum wage, lower the cost of prescription drugs, stabilize the markets, and make no mistake about it, they want to destabilize the healthcare exchange. They're trying to sabotage, folks. Under Speaker Pelosi's leadership, we have passed laws to provide aid to the people of Puerto Rico. We've passed laws to combat climate change, require universal background checks for gun purchases, close the gender pay gap, and perhaps as importantly as anything, H.R. 1, to reform our democracy, to return it to the people. That's the accomplishments wing of the Democratic Party.
All right, I can't take him. I'm going to have to take 3 hours of this. Hey, this just, my mom actually just texted me this. Did you know this? Candace Owens offered Cardi B, who just endorsed Bernie Sanders, $250,000 to debate her.
Yeah, I heard
Debate her.
Yeah, I did.
Did you hear that?
I did.
$250,000.
She's not going to go for it, but.
What you talking about, Jairus?
Cardi B's not going to go. And God bless Candace Owens, a dignified great woman, for going down in the trenches with that. I don't even want to call her a woman. Going down in the trenches with whatever that is.
Cardi B.
Yeah, disgusting animal.
Cardi B. Anyhow, Tom Perez now getting a mild standing ovation. This guy's like pleading for his life.
Pretty much.
This guy's pleading. Listen, we're going to go back into this. This is DNC chair. He is pleading. He's pleading for the party, for the survival of the party, I think.
Many broken promises. He doesn't want to remind you of those broken promises to keep companies from closing their plants and shipping jobs overseas. He doesn't want to talk about his relentless attacks on people with pre-existing conditions. Many of you know Tom Harkin. Tom Harkin's daughter gave birth to a wonderful baby, 1.3 pounds, premature. Over 6 pounds today, 6 months later. A pre-existing condition for life.
You're talking about babies?
But because of the Affordable Care Act, they will not have to file for bankruptcy because there is no limit on their benefits. I am so happy for Senator Harkin and for their baby. This president...
What about the other babies?
What about the dead ones?
Yeah. And judging from Detroit, I'm going to say in black communities that the abortion rate is much, much higher. Come on, give me a break, man.
Distract, divide, scare, silence.
That's us.
As chair of the DNC, I am here to tell you clearly tonight, we will never be divided. We will always be united.
Is he going through puberty?
Somos los Estados Unidos. No somos los Estados divididos.
Only Spanish spoken on
now,
that stage so far.
Now let me be clear, folks. I think it's really important that we never conflate unity and unanimity. I'm not asking y'all to agree with everything I say or everything that's in our platform. But what I am asking you to do is unite around our common values. We're going to have a discussion tonight about how to get to the mountaintop of universal health care. Everybody wants to get to that mountaintop. And there are different proposals of how to get there. And I would respectfully submit that nobody has a monopoly on the moral high ground. Everybody's fighting for what is right. And the other side is sabotaging. That's what we're fighting for, folks.
Trying to channel MLK. The mountaintop. But it's not the mountaintop of equality, it's the mountaintop of healthcare. This guy, you hear
the top of that mountain is Venezuela. So I'm gonna slow roll it getting to the top of that mountain. Thank you, Mr. Perez.
Do you see how desperate he is? I mean, you can hear it in his voice. Complete desperation. Oh, yeah, I'm taking the mountaintop. Please.
I think he might be going through puberty or something.
I think his party's going. His party is dying. His party is in the ICU.
And apparently he's very concerned with babies now.
Yeah, all of a
Americans, the Chinese Exclusion Act of the late 19th century, and we all remember and have studied that McCarthy era. Dark eras in our nation's history, chapters that history will note with shame, just like this moment.
Oh my God!
But you know what, folks? You know what all those moments have in common?
Thank you. Right, just playing the violin.
They came to an end, folks, and they came to an end for one simple reason. And it was articulated by Barack Obama when I had the privilege of traveling with him to mark the 50th anniversary of Bloody Sunday in Selma. And he said that day, the most important word in a democracy is the simple two-letter word, we. It's amazing what we the people can do. It was the collective power of we that ended the original sin of slavery, although we have much more work to do to correct the badges and incidents of slavery. It was the collective power of we that gave women the right to vote 100 years ago. It was the collective power of we that brought us the New Deal, created Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and by the way, it was the Democrats that brought you those things. It was the collective power of we that brought us the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act, the ADA, marriage equality. Folks, we're not done yet. We, the people of this party, the collective power of we will end gun violence together. We, the people of this party, can do that. We, the people of this party, will make sure that one good job, and only one, is enough to earn a living. We, the people, working together in this party, will protect a woman's right to choose. We, the people, will protect a worker's right to organize. We, the people of this party, will make sure that we tackle the mounting burden.
I don't even like this type of music. This is a lot better, I gotta be honest. A lot better.
Never, ever determine the destiny. We, the people of this party, will make healthcare right for all.
TalkRadio.
We, the people of this party, will tackle climate change.
It sounds better this way. Hey, listen. So I figured it out. I figured out how I'm going to listen to the next. I'm going to play nothing but violin, sad violin music in the background the entire time. That's the only way. You know, I know a damn good violin player.
The debate is
a damn good violin player.
The debate is sad, and then you're going to hear sad violin music.
He's still going.
No, we got to go to break.
We don't got to go to break.
We got to go to break. Anyway, turn up the sad violin music, folks. Talk Radio 1680, KGED. What are we at? 15 minutes, 16 minutes away from this circuit starting. Our final thoughts before it begins up next. Turn it up, sad violin. Sad moment.
This guy's still going, dude. That's some good violin music. I ain't gonna lie there. Dude, you know I should get the Titanic in violin. Yes. What's that called? My Heart Will Go On?
I have no idea.
I think it is called My Heart Will Go On. My Heart Will Go On. On violin. How does YouTube know I want that?
They heard you say it out loud. Or they have chips implanted in your brain like Alex Jones says.
YouTube is in your brain, not on the damn watch devices that you wear. They're connected to your brain.
I can still hear it.
You can still hear it?
Turn them off, Tom Perez.
Is he done? Thank God. That's the jam right there. All right. Oh, there goes ours. Look at that. Even our sign just fell.
What happened?
We had a set malfunction. Even Bernie could have put up. Even the political signs are out. Huh? Hold on, I want to see the sign fall in real time. That's funny. All right, here we go. What? Hit what? All right, folks, we appreciate you guys tuning in on Facebook Live, local television station 32.3, and on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Yes, we are. And going on to Get Ready to Drink Your Kool-Aid, kids. I love it. Hey, how can they stand up there and fault, find, and bash the most hardworking, dedicated president this country has ever been blessed to have? He is keeping up promises to the people, and the Democrat Party cannot stand it. Coming in from Maggie. Coming in from Ramona. Holla, holla, holla. Billy, Democrats like to yell. They do. Proud owner of a MAGA hat.
Circus rolls into the Motor City. It's the second Democratic primary debate live from Detroit. And now, three guys who are smarter than all 20 candidates combined. Guillermo Moreno, Jairus Jackson, and John Machico on the Central Valley's home for all things campaign 2020. Talk Radio 1680, KGED.
It's very true. We are a lot smarter than
way smarter.
All these idiots combined.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're going to be taking the stage in less than 10. Well, the pregame starts in 10 minutes because, CNN isn't going to drag them out. They got to do a bunch of other stuff first.
Well, no, they got to do the presentation of the colors that you support.
I do support that, but,
All right,
we didn't even talk about Tim Ryan not saluting the flag.
Not
putting his hand over his heart.
His hand wasn't over his heart.
What are you talking about? Well, I mean, that's no shocker, no breaking news of the Democrats.
A Democrat that's not crazy patriotic? What?
Yeah.
Could have saw. What are your final predictions for tonight? As we
All right, so my final prediction.
3-hour circus chase.
All right, so my prediction is CNN is again going to do something that is pretty much going to do the dirty work for the DNC. The CNN is prepped. They're ready to go. They're primed. They're going to guide this entire debate, obviously, but they're obviously going to either go after who they don't want in the race, and they're going to help who they do want in the race. So look for a lot of probably Joe Biden pandering, and they're probably going to go after Kamala Harris. I'm predicting they're going to go after Kamala Harris.
Are you going to see the pinning people against each other? Because they didn't even,
absolutely,
but they didn't even try to hide it last night. Is it going to be as painfully obvious tonight as well?
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, I don't think Kamala Harris has a shining moment tonight. I think she's going to fall from grace tonight. Kamala Harris I'm predicting is going to fall from grace. It's either going to be CNN putting her on the spot, or it's going to be Joe Biden punching back. That's what I'm calling there. Julian Castro, who had a breakout first night.
I don't even know. Looking back now that we can review it, I don't really think it was a breakout. I mean, poll numbers haven't gone up.
A little bit better that night up. So
he's still towards the bottom of the race.
Yeah.
He was one of the first people to get in, and he's still towards the bottom of the race. I don't really call that a breakout, but whatever.
And I'll tell you what, I honestly don't see anybody at all breaking through and really stealing any thunder from Kamala Harris or Joe Biden.
Again, everyone else who's on that stage, get ready to give them the rundown. Everyone else who's on that stage, their campaign managers and whatnot have to be telling them that, listen, guys, everyone, including CNN, they just want to see Camel Toe and Joe Biden fight again. So you need to break out by doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, Michael Bennett. My prediction is you're not going to know about him 3 hours later. Kristen Gillibrand. She's going to be desperate. She's going to sound like Tom Perez, but a female version. She is going to be desperate to get.
Tom Perez kind of did sound like a female.
No, Kristen Gillibrand. This is one of her last chances to really try to make an impression with the American people. She's going to go hard on women's health. Very hard on women's health.
She wants to have an office of
be
clear, an office of abortion if she became president.
Thank you.
Let's be honest.
She's going to go really hard on that. Julian Castro, I don't know if he can keep playing the immigration card, but he's going to try tonight. He's really going to try to play the immigration card again.
The look.
He's Cory Booker. I don't think this guy's going to pack a punch tonight at all.
Now, going into this, all the news is he's going to try to hit Biden on something. You don't think so?
It's going to be ineffective. Biden.
No. Not. Do you think he still tries it and it's just not ineffective, or he doesn't try it at all?
He'll try it. I mean, he tried horrible Spanish, for goodness sakes. He knew it was a bad idea. He knew it didn't sound good. So I think he will try it. Kamala Harris, she is going to be, I think she's going to have some more one-liners ready. She's going to fall from grace. I'm predicting she's not going to have a good night. That's what I'm predicting. Because she's wobbly on healthcare. And I'm telling you, want to know my secret prediction that I'll just give it out to you now? I don't think CNN... no. I'm going back. It's tough, man. Because when she announced, CNN loved her. When she announced in Oakland, CNN was eating her up. So who knows? Maybe CNN helps Harris and goes after Biden. I don't know. Andrew Yang still doesn't become relevant.
Tie or no tie?
No tie. No tie and no ideas. Tulsi Gabbard, she's going to be a quiet little mouse. She ain't going to speak up when she should.
Hey, don't you talk about my lady like that.
She's not. She's the only one that should try to do something, and she's not. She's just going to stand there and be like, "Hey, remember me when one of y'all becomes the candidate, the nominee. Remember me for VP."
Conservatives like me, so think about that.
Jay Inslee will say we now only have until next week before climate change kills us all.
Yep.
The climate change guy. And Bill de Blasio will talk about what a bad, horrible New Yorker Donald Trump is, but claim that he is the best New Yorker. That's my rundown and my predictions.
Do we get anyone speaking Spanish tonight? Number one, yes or no?
No.
No.
All
right. Do we get any mention of Mueller?
I think so. I think
these are the things that we did not hear much of next to anything last night.
Yeah, you'll hear about Mueller, and you'll hear about the Mueller investigation in this one as well. You hear Obama? Okay. I'll tell you what. I'm going to make the same prediction as I did yesterday. Race is going to be front and center. Race will be front and center.
Should have been made for tonight.
Race will be the healthcare for this debate. They're going to go out. Yeah, they are going to go after race. And come on, you're in Detroit. One guy's supposedly a segregationist, right? Yeah, Kamala Harris, that girl was me. All of them, and Bernie, Joe Biden's camp said, look, all of these candidates are going to try to get their T-shirt moment. They're going to try to get a one-liner that they can capitalize. Joe Biden, I think he's going to have a good night tonight, Jairus.
Okay.
I think he's going to have a big night tonight. I think he's going to come back. He's going to fight. I just saw him. He looked rested.
The polls have shown him rebounding, too. I mean, he's back to his...
He never went down.
He's back to... Yeah, he did.
But a couple percentage points?
He's back to his being around 30%, 33% in national polls.
Yep. Big Bird here, Bill de Blasio. Well, this is probably just rerun of all the candidates that arrive. The guy just looks like there's his son. Oh, you weren't kidding.
I told you Deontay was probably carrying some Nelson Mandela book or something. Should burn it. Burn it and get that mop cut off, boy.
Oh, my gosh. All right, folks. I want to hear, we got 4 minutes before we go off. I want to hear what you on Facebook.
Wait, what about, so we have...
I didn't get to your prediction. What do you think is going to happen?
You think Mueller will come up?
Absolutely.
And so what about the other big topic that was left off the table last night, abortion or reproductive health?
Absolutely. You got Kristen Gillibrand, Kamala Harris on stage. They're going to talk about reproductive women's health.
As a black woman, this country, as a black woman,
You do a great Kamala Harris.
It needs work, but it'll get there.
Give the people what they want. Let's hear Bernie Sanders and Kamala Harris talk to each other. Are you that talented? Let's go. Let's do it. Come on, let's go.
Senator Harris, I see you are piggybacking off my Medicare for All plan. We want to abolish the private insurance companies. Do you support abolishing the private insurance companies? Benny. I don't support, as a black woman, I do not support getting rid of the insurance companies. So will you go on record saying that you do not support abolishing the insurance companies? Now, Bernie, I will not go on record saying that because I may need to change my opinion in a little bit.
Bravo, man. You're getting talented, man. That's awesome.
We're gonna take this show on the road.
We should. I'll do Bill and Barack.
You've got the presidents. You've got Clinton and Obama. You've got the presidents now.
Yeah, you got the wannabe presidents now. You got the wannabes.
I got the wannabes. You got the real thing.
All right, we are less than 3 minutes away from the circuit. Hey, this is David Axelrod. I want to hear what he's got to say. Obama's campaign guru.
The race will clearly come up, and given what we've been through in the last few weeks and the direction Trump has taken, I would think that's an opportunity for Biden and perhaps some others to step up and talk about the moment in which we're in.
I think that's right. In areas sort of
been making that prediction for a while. And they pay him a lot more than they pay you.
Yeah, they do.
They should just send that money to you.
I'm network ready, baby.
You're making the positions of the Millionaire Network commentator. This is ridiculous.
He's probably listening to our coverage right now on the side.
Yeah, most likely.
Oh, my gosh. Well, I'll tell you what. Our coverage will return back in 3 hours. Yeah, we're going to watch every single...
Don't blow it out there, Kamala. If you do a good job, I'm going to make you my VP.
There you go.
Now, Ben, as a black woman, I'm not running for second place, okay? I'm not running for second place.
Oh, man. Well, I'll tell you what. You're not going to want to miss it. Hey, help CNN with their views. They desperately need it. That'll be the only time we tell you guys to watch the debate. But as soon as it's over, we'll be back here.
Jump right back on Facebook.
That's right. Jairus will be there, or Twitter, or YouTube. Jairus will be right there. I'll be right here, or right here on 1680. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll have the complete breakdown. We'll have the best audio clips for you ready to go. Don't miss it. Round 2 of the circus begins in 1 hour's time. Don't miss it. Jairus, anything else?
Stay black. Stay conservative.
Oh, they're gonna be black on stage. I'll tell you that.
A lot of black to stay on stage.
Oh yeah, don't worry about that. You've been listening to the new Talk Radio 1680 KGED. See you in 3 hours' time. Until then. All right, folks, we'll be back in 3 hours. Have fun watching the debate.
Have fun! Enjoy the next 3 hours of complete misery.
Yeah. Anyhow, good luck, folks. We'll see you then in less than 3 hours' time.
I love how that's what we're saying now as Trump fans. Best of luck.